Hello there, and welcome to Effective Evolution. And today we're spending some time with MSL's Area 4121, and we'll be incorporating several of the transform instruments, of course, such as the dodge tool and the darkness enhancement tools and contrast brightness tools. And we'll zoom into some specific areas and see what we could find. And you'll notice that there are some very intricate architectural marvels, and whether they are in fact structures or buildings, parts of crafts or whatnot, it's definitely up to speculation and further imagination or whatnot. And we'll get to that right away. And please enjoy. Thank you for your time. Cells Area 4121 will be pampering these certain areas. And you can see that there are quite thoughtful designs here. Linear patterns, curved designs, and symmetry all over the place. And we'll delve into that somewhat more and explore as well. Very distinguished creations, you must admit. That is bringing out the light areas of this panorama MSL's 4121. We get this type of scenery, and you could probably notice some more detail with the various structures in this scenario. Just notice the architecture. We've brought some to the attention already, and you could probably notice more intricate designs. And this would propose to the theory of creation by an otherworldly type of generator. Area of the MSL's Area 4121. And some other formations with somewhat more detail could be noted. Initially, of course. And just notice how some contours kind of pop and indicate some more intricate designs and patterns and architecture of all sorts. Just notice the shadows and the linear patterns and various color schemes. This is a city here. And of course, rocks don't usually have these geometrical and symmetrical designs to them purely by chance, especially when we're considering some more specific areas of this area, MSLs 4121. That is bringing out the light areas of this panorama MSLs 4121. We get this type of scenery, and you could probably notice some more detail with the various structures in this scenario. Just notice the architecture. We've brought some to the attention already, and you could probably notice more intricate designs. And this would propose to the theory of creation by an otherworldly type of generator. Gadget that brings out the darker areas, and you could probably, you may or you may not, notice some intricate designs here as well. Same types of objects are in the scenario, of course, but there is another type of perspective here. Probably notice various formations, some designs that you probably haven't noticed before. Just look at this zigzag pattern here. Linear patterns and the like. Very symmetrical, linear designs. Are these parts of buildings, vehicles that have accumulated over time, or it is, of course, open to your imagination? Brightness and contrast gadgets, we get this type of conglomeration, and you could probably notice more intricate designs upon the areas that we just explored somewhat. Seems to be more shadows under this area here. Is this some type of equipment or parts of a building, edifice, or some type of craft? Very symmetrical and thoughtful architecture. Linear patterns, formations, and the like. we get to this type of position, and let's have a gander at these very interesting patterns. Seems to be ridges and symmetrical linear patterns and intricate designs. More so with the contrast and brightness gadgets. Please come up with some thoughts and expand on some ideas, of course, as to the creation of these objects or whatnot. These are just a few, of course. There are many, many more that we'll explore. Been some highlights here that we'll go over, and you can see the architecture is quite remarkable with this 0.65 gigapixel type of scale. Notice the linear patterns, the symmetry, curved patterns. And whatnot. Seems to be a circular pattern here on this object. Very curved patterns. We can notice some very interesting contours, and this might be somewhat in addition to what we've noted before. You can probably notice more layers and shadows and strange designs. Notice the shadow under this formation here as well. And this looks interesting too. This whole thing, some type of building, edifice, or some type of vehicle or whatnot. Ditto for here as well. Just notice the linear patterns, curved patterns too. I just noticed the cylinder shaped object here as well. Could be some type of pipe. Seems to be another circular tube-like or pipe-like design there as well. And here as well, there's a pretty intriguing background too. Just note all of the architectural marvels here brought out by the infrared version. Seems to be various levels here. That's an interesting object too. And is this all in one urban area or whatnot? Maybe some type of city that was established here not that long ago on Mars. Incorporating the infrared version to this area which is the msl4121, we get this type of perspective. And you may start to usurp some intricate patterns, more so than the patterns we've come across already, perhaps a bit more enhanced, and you could probably notice more contours and shapes of implications or whatnot. And this would be the whole pin, very linear patterns with symmetry and the like. Very intriguing designs or whatnot. Would be this area here. And you can notice the intricate linear patterns of this object and also shadows at the base or whatnot, and in the background here as well. There seems to be a zigzag pattern here, a somewhat circular elliptical structure at the side here too. And we'll get some more insight into that. We get something like this. And you can see that there is some symmetry here, intricate patterns here as well, and objects in the background, quite designed, quite architectural, quite geometric as well. And please come up with your own prognosis regarding how these were created, and use your imagination as well to focus in on a particular area. We'll focus in on a certain area. And this particular spot here is as good as any. And we'll adjust some of the transform tools. You can probably notice that there is more detail right away. There's an oval shaped opening here, a somewhat curved object on one side, and ridges here. Very intriguing patterns. And we'll add some of the other transform tools to this to bring out shadows and contrasts with the brightness as well. And of course, you're welcome to focus in on other objects in the overall scheme of things. And it's the same type of theme where you can see some more detail and really makes you ponder a bit more as to if these are created by chance or are they the architecture of an otherworldly type of civilization. Some objects might seem to present themselves to you a bit more. And trying not to get too pixelated, you can see that that area does have some intricate detail. There seems to be a nice shadow here. You can notice the oval shape here as well. Ridges in here on the top. And you're welcome to use your magnification instruments too. And just to focus in on this area. Don't want to get too pixelated or whatnot, but you could notice some very intriguing patterns of design here. And with some finality then, with this particular region of the MSL's area 4121, after going over some of these very encouraging areas and whatnot, you must admit that there are some specific patterns in design and detail that does bring interest to these certain parts or whatnot. And are they in fact created by another worldly type of civilization or whatnot? And of course, this is open to speculation, as is usually the scenario when you're probing areas of Mars and other areas as well. And hopefully, with the gadgets of exploration, we have come up with some thoughts and we'll be able to come up with some further extrapolations. And until next time, thank you once again.